Alrighty, good afternoon, everybody. Wow, it's been a while, hasn't it? Yeah, I don't know about you guys, but it's been a hot minute ever since I've streamed because I got busy because I went back to school and what is it? Obviously, doing that, it takes a lot of your time, and on top of that, I have regular work out of this, so I haven't had a chance to really stream. But now that we have some time, I have a little bit of time today, I decided, you know what, it's been a year, let's hop back on. And so, we're back with some Apollo Justice Ace Attorney. Hi everybody, welcome in. I'm Pao DeSalo. I am a Filipino streamer based here in LA. And yeah, I'm very excited to be back because I have not played an Ace Attorney game in a little while. What would I say? It's been a hot minute because the last game I played, especially for Twitch, was the Ace Attorney Trilogy, and I already did most of the game prior to doing it, so I knew some of the story, but I never finished the last game, so that's why I was like, okay, I'll go in blind and I'll stream it. But this time, I am completely new to Apollo Justice. I know there's some in-between games with it. Like, I think there was a Miles Edgeworth game, but that's only I think it just got localized a few years ago. But I haven't had a chance to play it. I don't have the system to play with, so that's a downside. But hey, we're going to do this all together. I am very excited, so let's get into it. So I am trying to figure out exactly who these people are because, well, what am I trying to say? I recognize the faces because obviously Apollo Justice is a part of the Ace Attorney series, and so I recognize I recognize her face. I know who Apollo Justice is, obviously, because who doesn't know who that guy is? But I have no idea who they're supposed to be. But obviously that girl's probably be our Maya equivalent, and Apollo Justice is our Phoenix equivalent. But let's find out all together, shall we? Hopefully my voice is warmed up because I did just a quick 5-minute one. Here we go. Who is this man? Whoa, I love this art style actually. It's like a charcoal graphic novel. Showdown time. Bad hand. You lose. Ah! Ugh. All over a bad hand, huh? I seem to be in a bit of trouble. Something like that. Dead. Someone hit him. Hard. Me? Please. The cops should be here any minute. I'm in your hands. Should it come to that? Who's talking? I want to know who's talking. Also, I like how every single first case in the Ace Attorney series, you play a freaking lawyer defending a murder suspect or something equivalent to that. I like how that's how it always is. Okay, what would what kind of voice am I gonna give him? My Phoenix, it's very much like my own voice. So let me try to do a bit younger. Let me try that. Okay. Panicked, palms sweaty, mom's spaghetti. We're literally 7 minutes into the stream, already made a freaking joke. Okay. Panicked, palms sweaty. I can admit it. I'm nervous. Good morning. Well, hello there, Mr. Mans. How are you? Oh god, I'm already getting thirsty for a guy. We're only like not even 10 minutes in. Jesus Christ, what's wrong with me? Okay. Good morning, sir. You look tense, Justice. Wound up tight. Wound up, sir? No! I'm loose. I'm fine. I mean, I can loosen it up even further. That screeching noise. Is that your voice? Is that your voice? I suppose it's to be expected. Is that your voice? I suppose it's to be expected. Your first trial, and it's a homicide. I guess justice doesn't start small, huh? Jesus Christ, I'm like, oh god, like this man. I literally only seen him for like 2 seconds, and I'm like, please take me home. Okay, here we go. Whew. Your first trial, and it's a homicide. I guess justice doesn't start small, huh? I'm fine. Please help me. I got up at 5 a.m. to do my Chords of Steel voice workout. I'm fine. That explains it. I did detect a certain rasping quality to your screech. God, I am a nervous wreck right now. And we're supposed to be stay calm and collected for as a lawyer. I overdid it again. Oh God, what does this man do to me? As you know, your client today is a good friend of mine. I wouldn't want to let him down, if you get my drift. Drift gotten, sir. I'm all over that drift. You're not fine, are you? Not at all. As it happens, I dined with him the night of the murder. We can't let this case fall through. Yes. Yes! I'm fine, sir. One more thing. Don't say you're fine quite so much, because you're not fine. At least not to me yet. God, I might try and make these two hit on each other, and I don't even know this guy's age. People might take you the wrong way. No. I'll be preparing our case. You might want to introduce yourself to the client. My name is Apollo Justice. If it isn't clear already, I'm a new attorney, and today is my first trial. Not that I'm worried or anything. No, I'm fine. Why do I sound like Ron in the Third Ace Attorney game? Because like he sounds very similar. When I was doing him, I was like, no, well, I didn't do it though. He very much sounds like that. Not that I'm worried or anything. The defendant has been accused of murder. My boss wants to help him out. Of course. And so do I. I mean, there's no way he did it. Not him. No way. And is that Phoenix? Yet again, he's accused of a murder. What a surprise. And why does he look like a hobo? Did he really fall that hard on hard times? Jesus Christ, man. What happened to the law firm? What happened? Whoa. Good morning. Huh? Morning. It's all up to you today. Alright, let me try to make a bit gruff, like, morning. It's all up to you today. Okay, it sounds too similar to Kristoff. Morning. It's all up to you today. First trial. Nervous. Meeting him. Cardiac arrest. Let's see here. I think I'm supposed to say something. Help. So, you're fine. I'm fine. Mr. Fine, is it? Yeah, Mr. Fine, that's what I am. Can't you see I'm very fine myself? I did remember you having an odd name. Well, we're off to a great start. Are you sure you're okay? I mean, with me, you know, being. I just want to make him gay. I just want to make him really gay right now. Okay. Mr. Gavin is a top-notch defense attorney, and he's your friend. So, why? So why? You'll see. Huh? You can do it. Be confident. Man, it's I know it's not, but it sounds like he's trying to hit on me or something like that. I'm really sorry this happened to you. I mean, it's time. Shall we? I'm so nervous. It's like he has two hot guys just leading him into courtroom, and he's just like, I'm so happy. Yes, sir. Also, I have chips here, so give me a sec. Okay, I need to focus. Let me have a chip break. That's what it was exactly like. First trial, here comes justice. Oh my God, here's freaking pain. Of course it's pain for the first one.
The court is now in session.
The prosecution is ready, Your Honor. The defense is fine. I mean, ready, Your Honor. I'm going blank. Don't panic. Too late.
Your name was Mr. Justice. This is your first trial.
Yes, Your Honor. But I'm fine, really.
Are you quite sure? Your voice sounds a bit strained.
Maybe I'm not quite so good.
Mr. Gavin.
Yes, Your Honor.
I was under the impression that you would be heading up this case.
That was my intention, yes. However, a defense attorney must always see to his client's wishes. And my client specifically requested a young homosexual.
God. I just want to make them gay like so much.
I mean, it's Pride Month, so. And my client specifically requested Mr. Justice.
Well, of course he wants justice. Give me liberty or give me death, as they say. But to entrust his case to this greenhorn, why? I do not exaggerate when I say that you're the best defense attorney in town, Mr. Gavin.
Okay, so Gavin's got trial experience. Fine. Oh, okay. Okay, so Gavin's got trial experience. Fine. But does he have cords of steel? Okay, maybe I don't.
Then let's begin. The defendant may enter the courtroom. Oh, it's you. Again. This is truly an unfortunate turn of events. I'm sorry we had to meet again under these circumstances.
Okay, so it is Phoenix. Oh God, what happened? Where's Maya? Where's Pearl? Why couldn't they have saved his ass like how many times with Mia?
Long time no see, Mr. Wright.
Let's put the past behind us, shall we? These days, I'm merely Phoenix Wright, piano player. So this is why he's homeless. He's a hobo. He's a struggling artist. Oh God, we're back here. Mr. Wright, how could this have happened? Oh no, that was Phoenix's voice. Mr. Wright, how could this have happened?
I won't speak of it further then. If the prosecution would be so kind as to explain the charges, Mr. Payne.
To think, I saw you enter this room a fresh attorney, and now I'll see you leave in chains.
Ah, Winston Payne. Subtle as ever, I see.
The crime occurred at the Borscht Bowl Club.
Oh no, okay. Oh, that sounds like Detective Atney, the murderer in a different case.
The crime occurred at the Borscht Bowl Club, a Russian restaurant. The defendant, Phoenix Wright, took the victim, a customer. Can you believe that? He was ultra caring. He actually committed a crime. And he hit him, wham! On the head, smack, killed him cold.
A customer at the restaurant, you say? And the defendant,
oh my God, why is his wide eye so much wider than the last game? Okay, I understand because he's looking directly at us. Typically when he's doing that, he's like looking like slightly above, but this one's like looking down. So that's like, oh God, I don't like this face on him.
And the defendant, you say he was?
The pianist for the club, it seems.
Oh, I almost said penis.
The pianist for the club, it seems.
Phoenix Wright, a pianist.
A penis.
This is the weapon that took the victim's life. A bottle of grape juice. We could have said that it was wine, but unfortunately this game is for kids. Grape juice is apparently our defendant's drink. Of choice.
The court accepts the deadly bottle as evidence.
Oh yeah, I had to take a look at the court record. Okay. Grape juice bottle used as a murder weapon bears the defendant Mr. Wright's prints. Excuse me. Something to note, Justice. All evidence is filed on the court record. Make a practice of checking it frequently. Like, how about right now? Do it. Do it. Do it! Just do it! Actually, take a look at it. How long did I yearn for one of these? Just putting it on makes me feel ready. Oh, we get to have the 3D one. Yay! I love this one. I love this in what was it? Ace Attorney Chronicles, and we even had it in the first game. But yay, we get to have the 3D model again. Woohoo! Okay, let me see. Oh, here. There's a number inscribed on the back of the badge. There are many numbers like this, but this one is mine. Well, there are many numbers like it, but this one is mine. Proof that I am an attorney. And thank God we have this one, because I need to look at I need some time to go back to the dialogue to see what it is sometimes, just because I missed some information. There's a number inscribed on the back of the badge. There are many numbers like it, but this one is mine. Proof that I am an attorney. To tell the truth, I get a happy feeling inside just looking at it. Oh. And I get a very happy feeling when I look at Kristoff. Smith's autopsy report, time of death was around 2 a.m., April 17th. Blunt force trauma. Okay. Single blow to the head. Okay, there's the victim. He's dead. Okay. Grape juice bottle. Use rare weapon. Grape juice. How long has it been since I drank grape juice? Apparently, it's Mr. Wright's favorite drink. I wonder how well it goes with borscht. Yeah, I wonder how that would taste. Is there anything else I can examine? Oh. The bottle is completely empty. Yeah, no shit. Okay, anyway. Okay, I think that's all I can examine. Oh, wait. Can I zoom in? Sorry, I have to look. Okay, I can. Okay, this is cool. Okay. Switch tabs. Oh, okay. He is 32. Okay, he's 32. Okay. Phoenix Wright, he's 33. Man, they're really that close in age? Jesus. Pianist at the war, blah, 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 blah. Shady Smith, oh my god. The victim in this case, traveler, only recently back in country. Winston Payne, 16. Okay, good. Use E. Use E to look at the evidence so far. I'm confident in your ability to handle this. Right. Just use E. Just like every time, because like they have to superimpose like a button because it's across platforms. I just like imagining that they all go like be like a robot and just like they have all this emotion and just go slack like slack like that. Right. Just use E. Sounds like it's time for some hands-on. Okay, back to serious. Sounds like it's time for some hands-on action.
So, the victim was a customer at this restaurant.
The hands-on action. Imagine like I grab the bottom like, interesting. I wonder how this thing didn't break upon impact. And he's like, you do realize you're touching it without gloves on, right? Oh shit! Now my fingerprints are on this.
So, the victim was a customer at this restaurant. But just who was this, Shady Smith fellow?
We believe he was a traveler, Your Honor.
A traveler?
According to his passport, he had been out of the country for a number of years. He had only returned to this country recently, though his place of residence is unclear.
And he had some sort of connection with the defendant.
That, too, is unclear at present, Your Honor. We believe they first met at the Borscht Bowl Club on the night of the crime, and then Mr. Wright over here decided, you know what, I'm in a murdering kind of mood tonight. And so he grabbed the bottle, and he smacked it on the guy's head. Wham! Killed him cold. And that is our case, Your Honor.
Compelling. Very compelling case. Well, I think we all know what the right answer is here, don't you all? Mr. Wright, I find you guilty.
And Apollo Justice is like, but I didn't even get to put my case forward.
Court is adjourned.
And he's just standing there like, what the fuck just happened? And Kristoff is like, and I knew I should have taken this case. You put so much shame on your name. I didn't even get to say anything. And it's like, then why didn't you speak up? You had all that time. It's like some kind of like freaking melodrama.
We believe they first met at the Borscht Bowl Club on the night of the crime.
If they had only just met, then why murder? Perhaps the victim slightly
And here comes dumb judge again.
Perhaps the victim liked the defendant's piano playing, and he thought he was so offended. He said, you know what? I want to kill you.
That doesn't appear to have been the case. No. 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 The motive had nothing to do with the defendant's lack of playing skill. At least not piano playing. I'll let this photo explain what I mean. As we can see, a game of poker was in progress at the scene of the crime.
Okay, hopefully I know the music is not that low. I mean, not that loud, but just in case, I'm gonna put my volume up just a little bit on my microphone. Okay.
As we can see, a game of poker was in progress at the scene of the crime.
Wait a second. Isn't poker gambling? Gambling? That's a crime in and of itself.
Indeed. It appears our defendant was committing two crimes at once. Murder and the worst crime of all, illegal gambling. Indeed, it appears our defendant has fallen to become the basest sort of criminal.
Objection! Oh, that's his voice? So basically my Apollo Justice voice is his voice. Well, too late. We already established it. It is true that the defendant was engaged in a game of poker with the victim. Yet it was only that. A game, in the purest sense. A competition, Your Honor.
Competition?
Yes, a test of wits. A silent clash of passions. But then it got very loud later, if you know what I mean.
You mean they?
No. I mean, the guy died and he screamed. That's what I'm referring to, Your Honor.
Oh, okay. Got it.
Only the cards. Only the cards. Their backs wreathed in blue flame know its final outcome.
Come again? I'm too stupid.
The cards on the table have blue backs, Your Honor. I believe the defense was waxing poetic in an attempt to mystify those present and impress the women.
You know I'm gay, right?
Oh, just a likely excuse to say why you can't pull a woman.
That will be our first order of business here then. To find out more about this fatal game of cards. Very well, defendant. You will testify to the court about the poker competition held the night of the crime.
My pleasure. This is it. My first trial. Here goes nothing. Yeah, I killed him. Fuck. Ooh, I like this music. Hold on. Okay. I am a pianist by trade, yet I can hardly play at all. My real job is to take on interested customers over at the poker table. The room where we play and the competition in there. The room where we play and the competition in there are the club's main attractions. The rules are simple. We play a game of poker using 2 decks of cards. That's all it is. A game. And our customers are happy.
He's like, is that really all? A pianist who can't play piano.
Better than a defense attorney who cannot defend.
Very well. The defense may begin the cross-examination.
Right, Your Honor. Whew. My first cross-examination. Don't blow it. You're gonna blow me later, that's why you can't blow it right now. Are you alright? You're sweating bullets. Bullets? Bullets? Where? He's like, God, why did I actually trust that he can do this? It's a figure of speech, Justice. Your voice sounds strained and raspy, too. My brain feels strained and raspy, sir.
You've watched me perform cross-examinations many times. Though you've never done one yourself, have you? Care for a refresher?
What to do? Should I ask Mr. Gavin for a refresher? Should I ask Mr. Gavin for a refresher course in cross-examination? Yes, please.
Just for the sake of to see what he says.
Better safe than sorry, especially this early in the game.
I know it's like he's saying the core, but it sounds like he's breaking the fourth wall.
Better safe than sorry, especially this early in the game. Yes, teach me. I know nothing.
Indeed. You're so stupid.
Indeed.
Your job, Justice, is to be mindful of the court record and the testimony. Look for inconsistencies in the testimony with what the court record tells you. When you found an inconsistency, that's when you present the conflicting evidence from the court record with E.
But I didn't hear anything.
I can't hear anything!
But I didn't hear anything strange at all in the testimony just now.
A good sign that you need to press the witness with Q for more information.
Press him? But where do you want me to put it? Not press him like that. Oh. Can I get like 5 minutes, Your Honor?
Too late.
Press him?
Don't let the fact that he's a remarkable man hold you back. Get more information. There we go. There's the voice.
But isn't Mr. Wright my client?
Well, think you can do it?
Yes. Thank you, sir. I think I can do it.
I hope I can. I think you better, or we're going to have a problem. Just remember, find any inconsistencies and lies in the testimony and reveal them to the court. That is cross-examination. Learn it, know it, do it. Live, laugh, love.
Inconsistencies? Lies? Phoenix Wright. As if. Phoenix would never lie.
Right? Mr. Wright?
Please tell me that's the only lie that you're telling me, that you don't tell lie, that you're just lying. And it's up to me to prove it.
The defense may begin the cross-examination.
Okay, here we go. Let's get back into this. I missed this so much. Oh, we only have 5? Oh my god. Oh god, okay. I'm a pianist by trade, but I can hardly play at all.
Hold it!
Ooh, that's how he sounds. You can hardly play? Oh, I play sometimes when customers demand it. So I play them one song. That's usually all they want. That's usually all they want. Was that supposed to be a boast? Was that supposed to be a boast just now? The title of pianist is a mask. A respectable face I wear for the world at large.
Then why are you really at the Borschtable Club? Club. Sorry, I don't know why it sounded like that.
My real job is to take on My real job is to take on interested customers over to the poker table.
Hold it!
They pay you? They pay you just to play poker? That would seem to be the case. I am a professional after all.
Do I detect pride in that statement? Happy Pride Month, Mr. Homosexual. Do I detect pride in that statement? It's just hard for an honest, hard-working member of society for like me to imagine.
Oh my god, of course he's gonna burn his ass even on the witness stand. Yes, your imagination was always a bit limited, Mr. Winston. Sorry, I have to check something real quick. Okay, sorry, I got a message. Yes, your imagination was always a bit limited, Winston.
Oh, what?
Oh god. Hold on.
What?
I played poker for 7 years in that little room, and I've never lost once. Imagine like it's like the whatever the look is when they look down like that. It's like, and I've never lost once.
Help me! He's looking at me! He's looking at me!
And I've never lost once. What? You see why the customers come now? Defeat the undefeated poker champion. It's quite a draw. That is, I'm quite a draw. Oh yeah, so you free later.
Wait, you've never lost once? Not even one time?
As I said, I'm a professional.
He's played poker for 7 years and not lost once.
Let me figure out a new voice.
He's played poker for 7 years and not lost once. Is that even possible?
Maybe. You never know. The room where we play and the competition in there are the club's main attractions. Let me see what the court record is actually. Okay, so that's only that. Okay, so I only had that stuff. Okay. The room in the crime scene photo is an attraction? It has quite a history, actually. The Borscht Bowl Club used to be a gathering spot for black market types back in the day. Black market? all in the past. Okay, I think that Phoenix is a bit older. I can do this voice. All in the past. Things like the black market are only on the silver screen nowadays. Suffice it to say that there were a lot of deals being made under the table, and a lot of other deals going on. You know, the gluck gluck type, if you know what I mean. You see right here, this is what happened after. You see right here, this happened after a guy got a really good one. Right there in that room. A smoky room, gambling hoods. What was I saying? Getting a call. Okay, sorry about that. A smoky room, gambling hoods, you know. Just looking at this picture makes me feel bad. I'm a bad boy. The bosses gather around the table cutting deals, safe from the eyes of the law. And I just dropped the chip. Like, what chip? You brought one of your gambling chips into this courtroom? Get that scum out of my room right now! I meant a potato chip, Your Honor. My mistake. Meanwhile, a goon keeps watching through the small window. I can practically picture it now. That window does look like it would be good for keeping a lookout. That window does look like it would be good for keeping a lookout, but little else. The room had a few other tricks to it, though it was common knowledge to our regulars. At any rate, they come to play poker in a room steeped in history.
Despite the dark past, it was all just good, clean fun. Until it wasn't good, clean fun, because the guy got killed there. The rules are simple. We play a game of poker using two decks of cards.
Hold it!
2 decks of cards.
A simple measure to prevent cheating. If you alternate 2 decks, no one can slip in cards.
There's something else I noticed. In addition to the cards on the table, there are some lying scattered on the floor.
Precisely. Cards on the table. Precisely. There we go. Okay, I need to get this right. Precisely. Cards on the table, cards upon the floor. Each one forming a complete deck. A crime scene painted in blue by a sad sweep of cards. It's poetic, really. Incidentally, we use 2 types of cards at the club. One deck of cards is red, the other blue.
As I recall, in poker, you make 5-card hands. I can see how it would be easy to cheat.
Yes. Yes. A game of hands. Huh?
This competition you're talking about, I believe the court understands the nature of the game sufficiently.
That's right. It was a simple game, after all.
No. Are you sure?
Huh?
People are not murdered over simple games, Mr. Justice. Defendant, you were in the room the very moment that crime occurred. Yet you claim no connection to the crime.
Now that's strange.
What's strange?
Excuse me. I was testifying about the competition that night. Asking me about the crime at this point is against the rules, Your Honor. Of course, I expected to hear a cry of objection from the defense. I completely let that one slip by. Don't despair yet, Justice. Sir? Right. There's something okay. Right. There's something I'd like to make clear. Namely, your connection to the case at hand. And I'd like to hear it from you. Sure, why not?
Very well. The defendant will amend his testimony.
Just one little press. And I've got myself a whole new testimony. I plead silence regarding the murder, but I will say I never touched the murder weapon. And now time to present, even though this is kind of what the opposite you want to do.
Objection!
There we go. So you say you didn't touch the murder weapon, this grape juice bottle, right? So I said. Uh-huh.
Something the matter, Mr. Justice?
What the heck? What was that? Like, what was that swoop of the hair? Oh, hello, Mr. Payne.
Too bad a new defense attorney never learned how to play dumb.
What's this, Mr. Payne?
I examined the bottle in question, you see. And it was covered with the defendant's fingerprints.
Okay, that's still Detective Amy.
And it was covered with the defendant's fingerprints.
Objection! Objection!
No need to shout, Mr. Justice. I can hear you just fine.
Excess yelling can damage the judge's ears and our case. But what about my court seal? Huh? Anyway, what's so strange about fingerprints on a bottle in a restaurant?
Well, that's true. The prints alone don't prove.
Oh, they wouldn't prove a thing if they were normal fingerprints.
Huh?
But the fingerprints on the murder weapon were upside down.
Upside down? What does that mean?
It means he was holding the bottle inverted, and there could be only one reason for that. Swish! Yes, the brains someone with the bottle.
Ah! Well, man, these animations are good. I love them. Mr. Gavin, I think those things just took a turn for the worst.
Oh?
I see no problem, Justice. Huh? The only thing that matters is the truth. There's a good reason for everything. You'll see.
Defendant, can you explain your fingerprints on this bottle to the court?
I stand by my plea of silence regarding the murder. For now. Just see if you can get it out of me. Try all you want.
Not very cooperative, are you?
You should know me by now, Your Honor. I don't like listening to you.
This could hurt your case.
He's like waving the bottle and like,
This could hurt your case if you don't tell us why you were holding the bottle.
I'm sure he's uncooperative because he's hiding something. There must be a reason.
Your Honor, you seem to have forgotten something.
And what might that be, Mr. Gavin?
On the night of the crime, who was it who reported the murder to the police?
Reported?
Well, that was the defendant, Mr. Wright. But still, that...
Really?
Yes. According to the case file. The murder was reported from near the scene by a call from the defendant's cell phone.
Near the scene?
Let's take a look at a diagram of the murder scene, shall we? I just had it sitting here in my back pocket. The victim was murdered in a small room in a basement 2 floors down from ground level. Of course, cell phones can't get reception so far down. The defendant used the stairs in this hallway to go above ground.
I was like picturing he's like this. He's like,
So, the defendant would use the stairs right here. You see, the stairs right here. The defendant used the stairs in this hallway to go above ground. The call came from the first floor of the restaurant.
I see. This is the phone that made that call.
Right, cell phone. Used by defendant to notify the police from the restaurant's first floor. Okay. The defendant could have just fled the scene of the crime if he so chose. Yet he fulfilled his duty as a citizen and reported it to the authorities. And you claim he's being uncooperative.
Well, yes. Did you see the way he looked at me? And he doesn't like that. He's just pleading the fifth. Who does that?
Okay, actually, I forgot to hit the court record button. Anything in this phone? Oh. Wow. Oh, here you go. Wow. The battery's being held in with a piece of tape. He should just buy a new one. Maybe he can't afford it. Or he just doesn't care. Honestly, that's how I am with my phone. Like, even though it cracks up sometimes, I don't care. It still functions. I don't care. Can we take off this piece of tape, please? I want to know what's up with this phone. What's inside? What's in this phone? What's in the phone, Phoenix? What's in the phone? Okay. I think we'll figure out soon. Nice save, Mr. Gavin. I'd better not waste this. I think the prosecution has toyed with our client enough for the time being.
Toyed? I assure you, no one is more serious about.
What was it you said? The defendant was in the room the very moment the crime occurred. How can you possibly know this?
That's a good question. How indeed?
The answer is simple, Your Honor. The prosecution has a decisive witness.
You're as good as they say you are.
So someone else was in the room at the night of the crime? That must mean they witnessed the crime. Everything up till now has just been a warm-up, Justice. Are you ready?
No! Ron the light comes back out.
Very well. The prosecution may call its first witness to the stand.
Is that a girl? Oh my god, why is she? Oh, she's the poor child. Or however old she is.
The witness will state her name and profession.
Oh, hold on just a moment. Where's the witness?
I surmise that she has been frightened by the defense's frightened by the defense's demonic-looking horns.
So I used a little hair gel. Relax, people.
Have no fear. If any horns point in your direction, this court will cut them off.
You are sure?
I swear it on my gavel. Please, come out. Come on out, my dear. We will accept you for the way you are. Unless you're a murderer, then you will be found guilty.
Isn't violence against hair a crime? Isn't violence against hair a crime, Your Honor?
Well, if you are sure it is okay.
Oh, she looks so sweet until she's found as a murderer.
Now the prosecution... wait a minute. Would the prosecution care to explain the witness's, paraphernalia?
Yes. She is a professional, Your Honor. Those are merely the tools of the trade.
And that would be...
My name is Olga Orly. I am employed as a waitress. in the Borst Bowl Club restaurant.
Then why the camera?
Of course. It is my pride to...
Okay, I'm trying to figure out how to do. I don't want to do a stereotypical Russian accent, but I'm like, I still want to do like kind of similar to it.
Of course, it is my pride to serve borscht that is naming restaurant. But I also perform. How is it?
Oh my god. Oh god, please no. No. Oh god, I don't want this.
But I also perform. How is it said? Other service.
I take it one of those services is taking the customer's pictures.
Like for example.
Ah, fuck.
Like for example, this one.
That's the defendant.
Indeed, on the night of the murder. Man in the white hat is one who has gone kaput.
Indeed, that is the victim. Order! This is quite a piece of evidence to casually drop into our laps.
It's the same way as I drop cold bowls of borscht on laps of customers. Casually.
Then the court
will casually accept this new evidence. Oh god, I have all the lower voices. Oh god.
Then the court will casually accept this new evidence.
I need to look at this photograph. Look at this photograph. Okay. I'm trying to see if there's any kind of like, okay.
Now, witness, where were you at the time of the murder? I was in the room. The hideout, we call it.
Excuse me? The hideout?
It is the room where famous gangster bad guy.
Bad guy. Oh my god.
It is the room where famous gangster bad guy was arrested. Is the room where murder took place.
What?
You look so stupid. Your look of utter surprise. It is lovely. I will post my courtroom door later for you. I'll put it on my Instagram. I put on Instagram. Da. Photos will be numbered, and you will write which ones you want a copy of. So there were 3 people in the room at the time of the crime. The victim, Shady Smith, Mr. Wright, and Olga Orley, our witness.
How old is she? 21, okay.
And if Mr. Wright isn't the killer, that means this sweet, innocent girl.
Very well, witness. You will testify to the court about that night's events. Bitch.
Okay. That night, customer asked me to deal cards for game. It was cold. Both players played with hats on. The victim, he plays whole time with his hand on locket at his neck. Then last hand is done, but something terrible has happened. That man flew at victim and is strangling him to death.
Oh no, he didn't. It was a blow to the head.
Incidentally, who won the game?
Isn't it obvious? The winner was the victim, Mr. Smith.
Objection!
That's ridiculous. Because Mr. Wright can't lose. Justice, yeah? Maybe you could come up with a more legitimate objection.
But he hadn't lost in 7 years. Take it from me, kid. It happens. I didn't lose a case my first 7 years as prosecutor either. Incidentally, I have some evidence here.
Ooh.
These are the poker chips. These are the poker chips as they lay at the very moment of the crime. The hand and chips on this side belong to the defendant, Mr. Wright. Those on the far side belong to the victim, Mr. Smith.
Chips, you say? Like these chips?
No, Your Honor. I meant, poker chips.
Oh, can you eat those?
No.
Here, let me try one. Let me see. Let me try one. Ow!
Wow, you bit right into that, sir?
No, I chipped my tooth.
Okay.
Yes. Yes. Imagine that poker is war. Your hand is your army, and the chips are the spoils.
I know that. After all, in my youth, I was known as the poker head of courtroom number 3.
And you had no clue what the fuck poker was. I think he means poker face. One second. I need some water. I think he means poker face.
Looking at this picture, it does seem that most of the chips are on the victim's side of the table.
Chips vote added to the court record.
Very well. The defense may cross-examine the witness.
Let me take a look at these photos. This photo. Okay. You always have, when it comes to Ace Attorney games, you always have to look at everything. Okay, there's the game. Okay. Okay. Well, we know for sure that she said she saw him strangling him, but the autopsy report says he got hit in the head.
That night, customer asked to deal cards for the game. The victim, he plays whole time with the lock at his neck. Then last time he's done something terrible.
Let's see. No, that's the next one. Okay. Let's see. Let me quickly save here because I want it to be sure. Okay. Okay. Let's try.
Objection!
Yep, I was right. Oh, really? Strangled, you say? That's odd. Da, normal. Oh my god. So you're telling me that the food sucks there? What a surprise. Da, normal customers only choke on borscht. No, I mean this report shows that the victim died of a blow to the head. Miss Orley, really now? Did you witness the crime? Oh man, she's good at her job.
Looking at the picture, it doesn't seem like he was hit. He's still wearing his hat and everything.
Yet it is a fact that he was hit, Your Honor.
Oh, man, that hurts.
Here's a photo we took of the victim with his hat off during our investigation.
Well, that's quite a shock, isn't it? That's quite shocking, isn't it? This head certainly was hit.
But I have seen it happen. Defendant, he lunged at the victim. His neck.
Oh, really, Miss Orley? I think I've caught you in... Oh, really, Miss Orley? I think I've caught you in your own lie this time. Justice. I admire your enthusiasm, but perhaps you should think this through once more. What do you mean? I found a contradiction. There's one thing in her testimony that troubles me.
Very well. It seems we should continue the cross-examination.
There's such a thing as thinking too much. This horse is dead. Let's stop beating it. There's such a thing as thinking aloud too much, too.
Ah! That night, customer asked me to deal cards for game. It was cold, but both players played with hats on. Da. Hold it!
It's already April. How could it be cold?
At Borscht Bowl Club, we have pride on authentic rustic. At Borscht Bowl Club, we have pride on an authentic rustic Russian restaurant theme. Outside it is city in spring, but inside it is always cold as Mother Russia.
No way I'm going in there. No way I'm going in there. Yeah, honestly, I wouldn't do either. As ironic as I want to do stuff like, be like perform on, like on the East Coast, Broadway, or like work there. I don't like the cold. I hate cold. I'm a sunny Southern California. I'm a sunny Southern California boy at heart. So.
When it comes to hot borscht, cold is best seasoning, da.
Hold it! His locket.
I believe it was good luck charm, da. He gripped it many times as he played that night.
Yes, he must have felt as though it might carry him to the moon and the stars. Though if it were small enough to fit around his neck, it wouldn't have much lift.
The defense would like a clarification. This is a locket we're talking about. I mean a pendant with a picture in it, right? Not a rocket.
Of course, I knew that. I'm not stupid. Me big boy, me smart. It was probably a pendant shaped like a rocket. That's why she called it that.
No, a locket's a locket. It doesn't matter. Can you all just shut up, please? It's considered bad form to poke fun at the hard of hearing in our society. Hard of hearing or hard of understanding?
So what happened next?
Okay, well, I'm pretty sure he is wearing a locket in the photograph. Oh no, he's not.
Hold it!
Something terrible?
The defense will refrain from needless shouting.
Sorry. I need to seriously reconsider this vocal training thing.
Now, Miss Orly, can you tell us what happened?
Oh, I was so frightened. I trembled with fear. Okay, so it is. So it is that. But just to be sure, I always do this, even though it doesn't really matter for the first case. I always do it just to be sure, because you can never be too sure. There we go. You know, there was one curious part in her testimony, just like Mr. Gavin said. But what does it mean?
Mr. Justice, would you care to explain what it is you're Mr. Justice, would you care to explain what it is you're thinking so intensely about?
Recall the testimony, Your Honor. The victim played with his hand on locket at his neck, I believe she said.
I hope you aren't about to raise an objection to the witness's grammar.
No, but that's another thing. That's another thing for another day. No, but look at this photograph. Do you see a locket on the victim's neck? Well done, Justice. I'm impressed. I knew you'd be able to handle this. But what does it mean?
If we are to believe this witness's testimony as is, then the locket disappeared following the victim's death.
Lockets don't just disappear, Your Honor. It's quite simple when you think about it. If the locket is gone, someone must have taken it off, no? Taken it off? Wait, you don't mean... The defendant wasn't strangling the victim at all. He was taking off his locket. Wouldn't that explain it? Wouldn't that explain it?
Ah. The defendant, what do you have to say to this?
Oh yeah, it's like, oh yeah, I just pushed that girl out of the way.
Say.
Yes. He's like, yes, Your Honor.
I just noticed this, but you have something hanging around your neck, don't you?
Oh, you mean this? Yes, it's a locket with a photograph inside. A photo of my daughter. Hello, Phoenix. Hello. What? Come again? Okay, come again?
Mr. Wright, you have a daughter?
We confirmed it at the time of the arrest. The picture in the locket is indeed Mr. Wright's daughter.
Can we see it, please? Can we see her picture? So Mr. Wright has a locket. So Mr. Wright has a locket too? Why don't I buy that this is just a coincidence? Well, we know it's not. We know it's not a coincidence.
Well now, if the results of this poker game led to the murder, perhaps we should hear a bit more about the outcome of the game.
Further testimony won't really be necessary. It's clear the defendant lost badly.
Miss Orley, you will testify to the court about the game played between the victim and defendant.
Oh god, I have so many voices I have to do. The game began with 3,500 points in chips for each man. House chips come in two sizes, small and large. The one who was winning, it was the victim. For last hand, defendant play with all chips on table and lose. The moment the loss was decided, defendant grabs bottle from table and starts crying.
Indeed. Looking at this picture, it does seem to be a one-sided game.
As the court knows, poker was the defendant's life. Failure must have been a bitter pill to swallow.
Ah, how many times have I heard these words? I done it in a fit of anger, Your Honor, and now
What did it say?
I done it in a fit of anger, Your Honor, and now I regret what I done. How a common tale, but true.
Methinks the judge watches too many old court movies. Methinks the judge. Methinks the judge watches too many old court movies. Mr. Wright said he hasn't lost in 7 years, so this testimony must be wrong.
Time to press her.
The game began with 30,500 house chips come in two sizes, small and large. The one who was winning thought it was victim.
You're telling me that Mr. Wright, undefeated for 7 whole years, was losing?
Duh, it must have been most unlucky day for him. I am glad I did not take picture of him. It would break camera certainly. The chips, they went always to victim side of table.
So you're telling us it was a one-sided game?
Duh, one-sided and... For last hand, defendant play with all the chips on table and lose.
Last hand.
It was the largest points of any hand. The defendant's hand, it was excellent. He tried to use it to take victory from behind.
It appears that both the defendant and the victim's hands are in this picture.
That is truly an excellent hand.
That is truly an excellent hand. However, so is the victim's.
One with highest number wins, so defendant loses.
The victim, Mr. Smith, had a stronger hand than the defendant and crushed him. I believe that explains what occurred next.
Once cards laid down on table, it happened. The moment loss was decided, defendant grabs bottle from table and...
And what happened next?
Even to think of it now, I shake and tremble. I did not believe such thing would happen.
What such thing?
Please, you must believe. I had no idea. How could such thing occur?
What such thing?
Yet. The defendant had been hitting victim. I saw it all happen right before me. I saw a bottle coming down on victim's head.
Decisive, isn't it, Your Honor? My witness saw the very moment of the crime!
Remember, your first goal is to gather information.
Yes, sir. Look out, contradiction. Here comes justice.
Okay, let's see what we know. Are those usual starting points? Were any special rules used?
No, not special. Usual game, usual rules. Usual rules.
If each man began with 3,500 points, then the total would be, exactly 7,000 points.
Please, this isn't calculus. Man, we're just like the roast the judge. Please, this isn't calculus. It's not even long division. Okay, so something there.
The two sides, small and large.
Are the chips in this photo all the chips that were used?
Duh, of course.
Huh? Something's fishy with these chips. Should I press hard? Yes! Maybe you could explain a bit about these chips. Excuse me.
Maybe you could explain about these chips. Explain? What is there to be explained?
Poker chips are poker chips. They're not fishing chips. Not a chip off the old block. Not a...
Thanks. Now that I've pressed her, I'd better ask something. What are these chips worth? Are they in dollars or rubles even? What are these chips worth? Are they in dollars or rubles even?
Yet, as I've been saying before, it was a game, not gambling. Hard perhaps for capitalist
Oh!
Hard perhaps for capitalists to understand. Two types of chip. One 100 points chip and 1000 points chip. It is not money, duh.
Justice. Sir, don't you find your comment interesting? In more ways than one, sir. I'd have it added to her testimony myself.
Well, does the defendant want the witness to add her testimony?
Yes, of course! Yes, I do think this deserves further scrutiny. Add it to the testimony. Add it to the testimony. I wish I knew where I was going with this.
Very well. Witness, if you would be so kind.
Da, your honor. One kind of chip is worth 100. Two kinds is all.
Let me see. Where's the... Okay, so we have 7,000. One's a... So if they... Let me see this. So 3,500. The count's all off. Because if we did 1,000, they could break it. That's fine. Oh, no, the math's not mathing. Mr. Gavin said this testimony is important. To be honest, I have no idea why.
Mr. Justice, do the court a favor and think what you want to say before raising your hand. We are not in kindergarten.
Sorry, I am fine. I better think of something to ask. And quick. The two types of chips.
The
small ones are 100, and the big ones are 1,000. Right? Right, of course.
don't waste our time.
Is that all?
Yeah. Great, Mr. Gavin made me stop her. Now I'm the one who looks dumb. Oh, Justice? Please try not to embarrass me like that. Huh? Who? Me? There's a clear contradiction in the information you have in your hands. What? It's a simple matter of calculation. Okay, I was right. We're not in kindergarten, after all. Calculation? Okay, so I was right. Let me just quickly save it here. The math's not mathing. Objection! Sorry. You're sure it was the victim who won? Absolutely sure.
It seems our new attorney is a bit confused. A glance at the picture is enough to tell you who won. If you're not in kindergarten.
Just for safety's sake, could you explain the problem to the court?
Of course, Your Honor. In this photo, I see small chips and I see large chips. Tell me, which were worth 1,000 points?
Why, the big ones, of course. Duh.
Oh, I thought so too. But then the totals don't add up.
The totals?
Let's review what the witness told us. Each man started with 3,500 points in chips. And the combined total value of the chips was 7,000 points.
Yes, if my calculations are correct. Let's see. 3 plus 1, carry the 5.
They are, Your Honor. Now, look at this photo that allegedly shows all the chips. The math isn't mathing. If the big chips are worth 1,000 points and the small chips are worth 100, and you add them up,
How much is it?
do it yourself. You aren't. Do it yourself. You aren't in kindergarten, are you? 10,600 points. The chips don't add up. The math isn't mathing. This clearly contradicts the witness's testimony.
But why? How could this be?
Exactly, Justice. Now that you know the what, you must determine the why.
Right. There's only one possible way to explain this contradiction.
Oh boy. Oh, the starting points were wrong. The chip count was wrong.
The odd thing here is the number of chips, right, Mr. Gavin?
Why are you asking me?
Just in case?
Justice, it's your case I'm concerned about.
If you're wondering about the chips, just look at the photograph. It's all there.
Even our judge with his failing... Oh my god, we're just roasting the judge. Even our judge with his failing eyesight could count them.
That's not the only thing failing the judge.
Let me ask you again.
Right. There's only one possible way to explain this contradiction.
Okay. So... 5, 10... Yeah. Well, let's see what happens with the starting points. This calculation makes this answer clear. If the total combined points at the table were 10,600, then each man started with 5,300 points.
5,300? That's a rather half-baked score at which to start a game.
Justice, would different starting points really change anything? Huh? I just want to see what happens.
Yep. It seems the defense's objection was even more half-baked than the score.
Uh-oh. Time to head back into the kitchen. Uh-oh. Time to head back into the kitchen. Oh, both are right. Each man began the game with 3,500 points. If all the chips are indeed shown in this photograph, then there can be only one answer.
Well, what is it?
The value of the chips was the other way around.
What?
Want to know what I think? The small chips were worth 1,000 points, not the big ones.
Madness! Utter madness!
Show me that photograph of the chips again. There are 6 small chips and 10 large chips. Yes, and then you carry the 5. There are 6 small chips and 10 large chips. Why? That does make 7,000 points when you add them up.
Excellent work, Justice. It's almost as though you figured it out by yourself. Yeah, sure. And it wasn't like I just went through 2 things all at once. I fucked myself over. Well, I'm just glad I was the one who said it.
But wait! But wait! The value of the chips may be different, but that changes nothing.
Indeed, the victim did have the larger number of chips still.
But...
Oh!
Exactly. If the small chips are 1,000 points and the large chips are 100, let's do a little math. Add up the points for each side of the table.
The victim, Mr. Smith, had 2,900 points, and the defendant had 4,100.
Well now, it seems that Mr. Wright was winning that night after all.
That's impossible!
My client had even less reason to kill the victim. After all, he was winning! Now, Miss Orley, you must have known the true value of the chips, since you were there at the scene of the crime. Weren't you?
Okay, I got borscht.
Order! Order! It appears our defendant has lost his motive. Mr. Wright's supposed defeat never happened. We must now ask ourselves.
Oh, was she saying it?
Excuse me? What is it, Miss Orley?
Oh, we must now ask ourselves whether... Ooh, that's a good one.
Excuse me? What is it, Miss Orley?
I did not want to be saying this, but actually, you'll see, See what, Miss Orley? What do we see? I can't see anything with the glasses.
In the last hand, there was cheat.
Cheat? You don't... A trick?
Wait, or do you mean a scam?
They're all the same thing. Yes, there was cheat in the last hand.
That is why game ends with chips as they are.
Great. Just great. First we have lying, now cheating. Well, this certainly has taken a turn for the interesting. I better get my popcorn. Let me get my chips right now. This is a good case. Hey, keep going, keep going. I want to watch.
He's like eating the chips.
Witness, you will please testify to the court. Tell us about this cheating in the final hand.
The last hand, both men had full house. There is 4 of each card in deck, from ace to king. If you look at both men's hands, cheat is more obvious. The next moment, game becomes argument. Duh! The defender's trick was exposed. He took bottle in his hand. Poor Mr. Smith.
Miss Orally. One second, let me I need to get I'm gonna charge my phone real quick in 1 sec. Okay, we're back in. Miss Orally, why did you not tell the court about this from the very beginning? I thought I smelled a cover up here. Well, folks, it's beep, that's all, folks. Well, folks, it's time to throw back the covers.
A full house is a very high-scoring hand. Not easy to make in my experience.
That alone is enough to suspect less than scrupulous tactics.
Mr. Gavin, what's a full house?
Lawyers these days, you don't know your poker.
I can't say this bodes well for your case or career.
What is this, some kind of secret court poker ring? Yes. Justice, you know the terms 1 pair, 2 pair, and 3 of a kind, yes? Yeah, no problem. Yeah, no problem. 2 cards with the same number makes a pair, and 3 makes a 3 of a kind. Good. Now, picture a hand with 1 pair and 1 3 of a kind. That's a full house. That doesn't sound very easy to make, does it?
You can see each player's hand in this photo.
Wow. They both have full houses.
We forget there's an easy way to make a full house and go undefeated for 7 years. You cheat.
Ahem. The defense may cross-examine the witness.
If you did cheat on the last hand, that still leaves one important question. Mr. Wright lost that hand. Who's ever heard of a professional con man losing when they cheat? Well, the last hand, both men have full house. There is a 4 of each card deck from ace to king. If you look at the obvious, well, we have to press around everything. Just how hard is it to make a full house anyway?
It is quite hard, duh. It is making a pair and 3 of kind at the same time.
I guess that's right.
Very difficult to be sure. You can take my word as the poker head of courtroom number 3.
Very difficult, duh. Just like you is being very difficult, Judge, and me trying to stand your dumb remarks.
Sorry?
Nothing. but it's not impossible.
Okay, full house, hard. This line of questioning, a waste of time.
There is 4 of each cards in there from ace to king.
Hold it!
Oh wait. Four of each card, you say? Let me see the court record. Isn't there? I have to look at the ones in the photo. Nope, no, wrong one. There we go. Four of each card, you say?
There is 1 spade, 1 diamond, 1 heart, and 1 club for each card.
Okay.
It is interesting fact that this number 4 comes from number of seasons.
Huh? Huh, you don't say.
Ah, and did you know the cards are numbered 1 to 13? Add all the cards in a deck and you get 364 a year.
Huh, you don't say. Isn't that one day short?
That's why each deck has 2 jokers. They say the second joker stands for the leap year. They say the second joker stands for the leap year. Thus, you have a perfect representation of the year, all in a deck of cards.
Huh, you don't say. Oh my god, you're so stupid. We're going to I was about to say we're going to be in this courtroom for we're going to be in this courtroom for a year if it keeps going like this.
If you look at both men's hands, cheat is more obvious.
Hold it!
How is it clear?
Well, the defendant, he played a 5th ace.
A fifth ace?
I still remember both hands very well. Mr. Smith's hand has 3 aces. And Mr. Wright's 2. Obviously, cheating was afoot. Or perhaps I should say a hand.
Your Honor, perhaps this can be added to the testimony without Mr. Payne's joke.
Very well. The witness will add this detail to her testimony, please.
Well, we know that's false because he had 3 kings in his thing. Yep, he does.
Objection!
It appears the witness is mistaken.
Mistaken? But my name...
Look at this piece of evidence. Look, this piece of evidence clearly contradicts what you said in your testimony.
That's the photo of the chips, is it not?
Justice, perhaps you ought to explain your point in a way that the judge can comprehend. In other words, use your finger to point out your point.
Yes, please point the...
Use your finger, oh my god.
Yes, please point out the contradiction in this photo. What particular point contradicts the witness's testimony?
Okay, and...
Take that!
Miss Orley, in your testimony, you made the following claim. Mr. Smith's hand has 3 aces. But as you can clearly see, the victim's hand only held 2 aces.
Well, maybe the witness was simply confused. Perhaps it was the defendant's hand that held the 3rd ace in question.
Take another look at the evidence. You smug fuck. As you can see, the defendant also had 2 aces in his hand. Where's the 5th ace? I see cheating alright, and it's going on right here in this courtroom.
2 aces in each player's hand does make 4 aces total. Hardly proof of cheating.
Oh, wait, please. It is true. I have seen it. The 5th ace. That I was cheating. I swear to you.
That's odd. She must be lying, yet she's the most sincere I've seen her all day. You're right. You're right to trust your instincts. Mr. Gavin? Who knows what lies in store for us in the trial ahead? Your Honor, if I may, I have a suggestion.
What might that be, Mr. Gavin?
If you don't mind, Perhaps we might examine the actual cards.
The cards.
Mr. Payne,
Yes.
the player's hands that night were set aside as evidence, were they not? The defense would like to request that the cards be shown to the court.
Very well. The prosecution will submit this evidence. Which will you examine? The victim's cards or the defendant's cards?
These cards don't prove cheating was going on. Nothing will. Now, which of these hands is more suspicious? Well, let's see the victim's. That's obviously. It was the victim's hand that changed over the course of the witness's testimony. The defense requests time to examine Mr. Smith's cards.
Very well. Mr. Payne, if you would.
Very well.
Time's a wasting. Time's a wasting. Get to it, Justice. You got it. Let's see the back. Oh. The card backs are red. For some reason, I thought they were using blue back cards in the final hand. Well, now we know. Yes, sir. When examining, oh, okay, I already did that. Okay. Yeah. Okay, I got it. Okay. That should give you a better perspective on the wait, like, make sure to use the left, up, down, right keys, and B and M. Okay, let's do this. There we go. The card backs are red. For some reason, I thought they were using blue cards in that final hand. Didn't you, Mr. Gavin? Huh? Oh, Which was it now?
Well, has the defense found anything of relevance?
I think I found out that I found nothing out. Perhaps you'd best examine the defendant's cards before leaping to any conclusions. Or maybe you'd rather examine those cards one more time. Well, do I examine the other hand of cards? Let's do the other one. I guess I'll examine Mr. Wright's cards. Your Honor, the defense requests time to examine Mr. Wright's hand.
Granted, but make it quick, Mr. Justice.
Okay, don't worry. Justice is swift, always swift. Oh, they were using red back cards. The card backs are red. For some reason, I thought they were using blue cards in that final hand. Didn't you, Mr. Gavin? Which wasn't it?
Well, has the defense found anything they would like to share with the court?
Well, both hands are... Not unless you count out of confusion. Perhaps you'd best examine the victim's cards next. Of course, you can always give these cards another look. Well, do I examine the other hand of cards? Okay, so the other hand. Okay. So we know that it was actually may actually been red cards. Okay. So now that we did that, is anything we need to zoom in for? Yeah, they're red backs. Okay. It was the victim's hand. Better take a closer look. Is there anything... Oh, here we go. I forgot to examine the blue card. What? Your Honor, look at this. One of the victim's cards. The back is a different color.
Huh?
That's impossible. Impossible. But I put that card in Mr. Wright's hand. What was that, Miss Orley?
No, yet. I merely said, da, I have.
Your Honor.
Mr. Gavin, yes?
Tell me, what is the easiest way to cheat at poker?
To cheat?
I'll tell you. One merely needs a friend, or a comrade. Oh God, I don't want to say it like that. One merely needs a friend, a comrade, shall we say. A comrade, shall we say. The dealer.
Oh.
Wait, so you mean this witness, Miss Orley?
She's the cheater. A professional, I'd wager.
Yeah. Me catch borscht.
Order! Order!
Focus, Justice. Time to take advantage of her. Of her mistake. It's like, time to take advantage of her. Advantage of her mistake. Sorry. Your Honor, please recall the testimony we just heard.
That's impossible. But I put that card in Wright's hand.
Ergo, Miss Olga Orley conspired to cheat not with my client, but with the victim, Mr. Shady Smith. Not only did she cheat, she cheated poorly. Therefore, it's not hard to imagine an altercation between her and the victim.
What?
Wait, you don't mean the defense isn't accusing? The defense isn't accusing Miss. Wait, you need to tell me. The defense isn't accusing the witness, Miss Olga Orley. Are you?
Time for justice! There were 3 people in the room at the time of the incident. And if Mr. Wright isn't guilty, that means I am. The defense accuses the witness, Miss Olga Orley, of murder. Wow. Even that catches perfectly.
Mr. Payne, where is your witness, Miss Olga Orley?
It appears she has lost consciousness, Your Honor.
Mr. Justice,
Your Honor,
it seems you have presented a new possibility to the court. One suggesting a connection between the witness and the victim, Mr. Smith.
and that means
This court cannot pronounce a verdict for the defendant at this time.
What?
I did it. I held out.
I see no point in prolonging the trial this day. The prosecution will need to make further inquiries.
Mr. Wright? Mr. Wright? You can't end the oh, no.
Dang it!
You can't end the trial here, Your Honor. Not yet.
What nonsense is the defendant spewing now?
Think. One of those cards had a different colored back. Don't you wonder what it means?
What are you doing, Mr. Wright? Raising objections right when you're about to get off the hook? Ridiculous!
Mr. Payne, you of all people should know, Mr. Wright has a talent for the ridiculous.
That's so true!
Perhaps we should get to the bottom of things. Well, clearly he's the bottom. Let's clear up the facts about the game that fateful night.
Okay. As was said before, we alternated between 2 decks of cards that night.
That was said before.
The 2 decks at the club have different colored backs, blue and red. 1 color per deck. Why use different colored backs? If we use the same color, the 2 decks might get mixed. You used different colors and they still got mixed up? We used the red deck for the last game.
I see. But that's odd. For some reason, I have this impression that you were using the blue cards.
Yeah, me too. I'm sure someone said something about blue cards.
Whatever. Whatever.
Oh, I want to do it like that.
Whatever. In the end, 1 card of the wrong color got into the mix, which means there was cheating.
Yes, a card slipped into the deck, which seemed to indicate cheating. Yet, this card raises 2 serious questions. Apollo? Yes? Let's consider the first question, shall we? Think. In the last game, when was the card swapped? When? There are 3 broad possibilities here. It could have been swapped before the murder, during the murder, or after the murder.
Well, yeah. Thanks for the news bulletin, Mr. Wright. Thanks for the news flash. He's like, yeah, no shit, Sherlock.
Of course I was swapped. Oh?
It might be as simple as you think, Mr. Payne, or it might not be. I'd like to hear what Apollo thinks first. When do you think the cards were swapped? When was the card swapped into the deck? I want to say... I think they were swapped after, because she said they were, it was there. Perhaps it happened after the murder.
What's that? Ridiculous! What's the point of cheating after the hands have been shown? That's silly!
Yes, but tell me, how do you swap cards during the game? I'll take silly over impossible.
Take it from me, son. There's a lot of silly in this world, but very little impossible.
Oh, even when the backs of the cards are a different color? If you pulled that during the game, you'd be caught in no time. Oh, quite true. That would mean that the blue card in question was swapped after the hands were shown, after the murder.
Okay, this is going past silly.
Okay. I like it. I love doing this one. This is so good.
Okay, this is going past silly and straight onto crazy. I ask again, what's the point of cheating after the game's over? Who would do that?
Who indeed? That's one of the mysteries before us.
There's another.
Yes, a simple yet decisive question must be asked. Who swapped the red card for a blue card? Who? The game and murder. The game and murder is done. The victim is dead. Only two remain in the room. Alive, that is. The defendant, Phoenix Wright, and our witness, Olga Orley. Okay, so who was it? It's Olga. Why, it must have been Olga Orley who swapped the cards. She was trying to cover up evidence of the cheating.
That does make some sense.
Sorry, but there's a problem with that explanation. The swapped card was from the wrong deck.
Yes, a blue card was struck. Sorry, I wanted a delicious chip. Yes, a blue card was stuck onto a red hand.
Mixing a card from the wrong deck when the backs are different colors. Remember that you're talking about Olga Orley. She was the dealer. Do you really think she would make such a novice mistake? Actually, I have trouble imagining even the judge making that mistake. Give it a little more thought, Apollo. Oh, right. Okay, so who was it that swapped the red card for a blue? Someone else? It has to be. The one who swapped the cards wasn't Mr. Wright, of course. And, well, it doesn't seem like it could have been Olga Orley either.
What are you suggesting?
That's hardly a logical conclusion, I'll admit. As a defense, I think it only makes sense for you to name Miss Orley at this point. Yes, I know. But she was the one who dealt the cards, right? I just can't believe she would make the mistake of swapping the wrong colored card.
If the card was swapped during the game, it'd be obvious. Something you'd like to share with the court, Mr. Wright?
Oh, my apologies, Your Honor. I was just thinking how much fun all this is.
Fun? How about confusing? I've no idea what the defense is claiming, Your Honor. If the one who swapped the card wasn't the defendant and it wasn't Miss Orley, then who was it?
Yeah, well, that is the question, isn't it? Precisely. Huh? I believe we're about to see this case take a new direction. Oh, there's someone else in the room.
A new direction?
You'll find that, indeed, after the murder, someone swapped one of the cards in the victim's hand. And that someone made two critical mistakes. I'm sure you're going to tell us that the first was swapping the wrong color card because the one who did the swap didn't know two colors of cards were being used. The other mistake was the number on the card. Right. the person who placed the 5th ace for the king. I'm sure whoever swapped it wasn't expecting there to be a 5th ace. Oh, okay. I was doing Apollo. I'm sure whoever swapped it wasn't expecting there to be a 5th ace after all. All they knew was that the game had been won with a full house. So they picked up a king from the table and swapped it in.
But there's one problem. According to our case record, this person doesn't exist.
True, not until now. But you have to admit the possibility of a 4th person, though it's more than a possibility. There was someone else there that night at the scene of the crime.
What?
I believe the judge spoke truthfully earlier. You do make trials. Ridiculous, Mr. Wright.
This trial has proceeded on one central assumption, namely that at the time of the incident there were only 3 people in that room.
I believe this new evidence, shall we say, overturns that assumption.
The problem is that you chose to conceal this information from the court.
I suppose that is a problem, yes.
Court is adjourned for a brief recess. Mr. Gavin, I'll see you in my chambers during this recess.
Certainly, Your Honor.
Very well. The trial will resume in 20 minutes.
Ooh, a 4th person, you say? Let's go. That was quite unexpected, Mr. Wright. To suddenly claim there was another person at the scene of the crime like that. I must ask, is it the truth? Well, now I think you would. Now I think you would know the answer to that. Oh, I love you so much. Sorry? Forget I said that. Being mysterious, are we? Sadly, I've no time for mysteries. I'd only ask that you'll leave the defendant to your defense in the future. Otherwise, I cannot guarantee the outcome. I see you haven't mellowed out one bit, Christoph. Justice. Yes, sir?
No, I was talking about justice, like give him justice.
Oh. The judge has summoned me to his chambers, so carry on without me. Imagine like this awkward silence. They're like, so how's your day been? Great. God, when is this recess gonna be over? I imagine it's gonna be like that. You did well, Apollo. Can I ask you something? Sure. That locket you wear, is that really yours, Mr. Wright? You're wondering about the victim's disappearing locket. You're wondering about the victim's disappearing locket. Here, you can take a look at it. That's a picture of my daughter in there. Oh, come on. Oh my God, she looks so. That's who she is. Aww. I'm just surprised to hear you had a daughter. Most people are. Perhaps you'll meet her one of these days. Oh, I'm pretty sure we will. One more question. The one who cheated that night, was it you? What do you think? Huh? You know what happened 7 years ago? What I did. What? You know what happened 7 years ago? What I did. It's not unreasonable for you to think I might cheat. I never, honest, but it is odd that he managed to go undefeated for 7 whole years. Want to know something? There's only one game where you can be dealt bad cards all night and still win. Poker. Huh? You see, poker is all about reading your opponent. And that way, it's a lot like a court case. Poker is like trial law. Figure out what your opponent is thinking, and you win. Well, yeah, but that's harder than it sounds. I think not. I think not. Huh? Try as they might to conceal it, everyone reveals their true thoughts in the end. Their body language can become a valuable source of information. You're kidding. That witness, for instance, Miss Orley. She would touch the back of her neck during certain parts of her testimony. Oh, that's right. Did you notice? No. Come on, who'd notice that? Words, habits, switches, it's all information for the reading. That's the secret to winning, Apollo. Someone taught me, and now I pass the secret on to you. And unfortunately, she's dead, and now... and now I think your mentor may die too. Excuse me? Nothing.
But I'm not worthy. I mean, there's no way I'll pick up on these signals.
No, you can do it. Huh? You just don't know it yet.
What's he talking about?
But you will soon. Ah, I almost forgot. One more thing. About this case. You should know I haven't been... Oh, boy. You should know I haven't told the truth to anyone yet.
What? I knew it.
I have my reasons, of course. All shall be revealed. And Apollo, I need you to be there, defending me. I need your power. My, power? I had no idea my cores of steel were that special. It's time. The real trial begins now. Do your best. Well, honestly, I think this is a good time to end today. Because I don't think I have the strength to keep going on. I don't know how I used to do this for at least 3 hours on end. But that'll be another time. But, whoa, that was so interesting. So, I wonder who could have been in that room at that time, because, well, I'm not saying I don't trust Phoenix. I trust Phoenix and we know for sure he didn't do this. I mean, come on, he's been accused of murder like 3 times in his life. There's no way that, well, we also don't know what he did 7 years ago, so, but does that mean Phoenix is a murderer? I don't think so. No. Not in my opinion. I don't think he's a murderer, but it's so juicy. I want to know what happens next. So excited. Okay, so maybe, well, the way they had it set up, I thought it was going to be like that. Because if you remember in the very first Ace Attorney game, the witness turned out to be the murderer. And, well, you obviously saw his picture. You also saw him murdering that girl in the first game. So you can see why I thought that was going to happen. But now I'm like, that did kind of seem like, not really bait and switch, but it did seem kind of strange. I'm like, you're telling me this girl killed? I don't want to say that her innocence defends her. It's just like, kind of strange. You know what I mean? But now that we know there's a possibility there's a 4th person, I want to know. But that's another thing for another day. So maybe I'll stream again. Maybe tomorrow. I don't know. Because now that I have some time on my hands, I want to do some a little more streaming, but I only have my time allows. So we'll see. But yeah, I always post on my Instagram when I'm gonna go live. So who knows where we go? We'll see what happens. But anyway, thank you everyone for coming today. Thank you all for watching. So until then, you can follow me on my social media. Like I said, on my Instagram. I have Twitter, or X as we're calling it. And yeah, so just keep a look on my Instagram for my live streams. And yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Bye.